Have you ever wondered what would happen if you mixed Mythbusters with The Walking Dead? We are Zombie Go Boom, filmmakers and zombie survival enthusiasts. Using our scientifically accurate zombie heads, we put retail weapons, homemade weapons, and everyday objects to the test in order to see what will save you during the zombie apocalypse, survive, protect, and kick undead ass. Hey, what's up, survivors? Welcome to another mind-blowing episode from Zombie Go Boom. I'm Chuck Murray.
I'm Charles Foltz.
And today we have a special one for you. That's right, you wanted to know if toys would actually save you during the zombie apocalypse, so we tested this Kylo Ren replica lightsaber. This thing went boom before the zombie head went boom. And we will be testing out this Nerf crossbow also to see if the head will go boom before this goes boom. But today we have something very special, and that is this Minecraft pickaxe that turns into a Minecraft sword. So eventually, hopefully, we will find a toy that can kill a zombie, and who knows, today might be the day. Are you ready?
I'm always ready.
Let's get started. So, Charles, the Executioner Foltz, what is your plan of attack?
Well, basically, I'm going to use the sword part of this weapon, and I'm going to strike straight down to the parietal bone, and if that doesn't work, I'm going to use the pickaxe part and go into the temple, because that's the thinnest part of the skull, and if that doesn't work, then this weapon is just a bust.
Alright, so that was a ridiculously solid strike. It hit on the corner of the weapon right there. The weapon did not fail where we thought it would, which was around this moving part area. But it did manage to bend a little bit on the spot that was struck. Even still, it held its shape. It didn't break, which meant that it concentrated all of that energy, which was quite a bit because Charles hit that zombie hard on this very, very small point right there. So it's definitely the best strike that you can possibly do with this weapon, and it did manage to break a little bit into the skin, and we thought maybe we might have a fracture. We should check it out, so we cut the skin off just to look, and the skull is still very much intact. So some pretty bad superficial injury, but not a zombie kill. And even still, though, we're impressed about the fact that this weapon was able to hold its shape. Now we're going to try the pickaxe to the temple, and then after that, we just might go crazy. You ready?
I'm always ready.
Let's do it. Alright, so Charles managed to hit again very well with a corner strike right there. It doesn't get any better than that. And what we're seeing is a tiny bit of blood. And for you guys that have never watched the show or have only watched a few episodes, if there's blood, that means that there is some damage to the cranial cavity. The skin doesn't contain blood. The flesh doesn't contain blood. The only part that contains blood is inside the cranial cavity. And that's how we know if we manage to get into the brain. So as you can see, this isn't from the knife, this is from the actual weapon. It broke and ripped through this very, very strong flesh analog right there, which is made out of a pretty high density urethane rubber. And now I'm gonna cut in to see what kind of damage we did. Alright, and there's definitely blood back there. So we were thinking if anything would work, it would be this temple strike, because the temporal bone is the thinnest part of the human skull. So if this hadn't worked, then there's no way that any other strike was gonna work. But since this actually, I mean, there's a lot of blood coming out of here, and I can feel that it's broken from basically the ear canal all the way up to this part of the temporal bone over here. So you're getting a huge, huge fracture that's bad enough for it to hemorrhage as bad as you're seeing. Fact of the matter is, if I didn't open this up so that the blood would run out, that blood would be internal bleeding in the brain, which would cause some severe brain damage and probably death. So even though I can't 100% confirm it, I am about 85% sure that that is actually a kill with a toy. So if you know where to hit and you know how to hit, even a plastic toy can help you survive the zombie apocalypse. Again, you also have to be, pretty strong. You have to be able to put that energy into your target. But badass, man. Woo! We got a toy to work. That's only our second toy in. All right, so what do you say you just finish this guy off? Just go crazy.
Let's do it.
All right.
All right, it appears the overall shape is still in good condition, but the internal moving parts did actually break, so we can no longer make this into a full sword because my hand can't really fit in there very well. So I'm just going to keep using it like a pickaxe and see what that does.
Alright, so as you can see, that hard plastic is very, very, very strong. Yes, the weapon broke, but the head broke more. So if this is all you have around during the zombie apocalypse and you're strong and you know where to hit the zombie, you're going to be able to kill it and run away and then pick up something better. But this is the first toy we've ever tested on Zombie Go Boom that actually manages to break into the head. In many ways, it's done better than other weapons that we've tested in the past, except for the fact that it did not maintain its entire integrity. Either way, you could probably still use it a little bit longer before it's complete garbage. but look at all this damage. And for you guys arguing and saying that these skulls are too brittle or too thin or not strong enough or any of that stuff, we've worked very hard to come up with a plastic composite that acts precisely like bone. The thickness is that of an average skull, and the density and hardness and toughness is that of an average human skull, which would essentially be a zombie skull, because zombies were human. Alright, just look at that. Okay? So, if we get these results here on the show, that means that the results would be pretty much the same in real life, unless you end up hitting somebody that has an incredibly strong bone structure, you know, because there are people like that. Densities do vary. But if it's between average to, you know, brittle bone disease, because there are some people that have even less tough bones as well, this will actually work. And even if you have a ridiculously tough bone structure or skull structure, this thing will work after enough hits. How did it feel though? Did it hurt you in any way, your hand or anything?
Well, I mean, as you might imagine, it wasn't the most comfortable thing I've ever grasped. These spiky parts, just there's no ergonomic design behind that whatsoever. It's not meant to be comfortable, I don't think. So, I mean, if I were a little kid, I wouldn't want to hit something as hard as I was hitting that skull, because it actually could hurt my hand. So.
Not only that, if you're a little kid, you probably can't put the amount of energy that you need in order to break through somebody's skull. So you gotta know where your strengths are. And some weapons make zombies very soft, where a 10-year-old or an 8-year-old could kill a zombie. A 10-year-old or an 8-year-old could probably not kill a zombie with this weapon unless they are just a gigantic 10-year-old. And if you are a gigantic 10-year-old or even a small 10-year-old or any kind of kid, don't do this at home. Don't hit your friends. If you buy a toy, don't hit them with it, especially as hard as you possibly can, because you can injure people very badly with toys, as you can see here on Zombie Go Boom. For the first time ever, we have a confirmed kill with a toy against a zombie, so high five on that. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. And with another mind-blowing episode from Zombie Go Boom, I'm Chuck Murray.
Charles Foltz.
Please share this. Please subscribe. Please punch the living crap out of that like button. Other social media in the description below. Other videos that are comparable to this one in the description below. I love you guys, and we will see you next time.